Alright, let's see if this works here. Looks like it might be. Hey, look at that, it's live. Okay, this is going to be unusual because I have not done a YouTube live stream in quite some time. So, let's go ahead and get stuff up and running. Make sure everything is good here. Alright, so... okay, so what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing a little bit of Empyrion. I'm going to try doing some stuff. Hey Demon, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. I know it's weird being back on YouTube live stream. Like, is everything working? I don't know. Oh, I don't even have a bot set up yet. It's just we're going to be using just the YouTube stuff for right now. Yeah, I just completely was like, what do you mean my bot doesn't work in YouTube? Oh. So let me know how the audio balance is. The test stuff that YouTube has is not the best. So the only way for me to really test is to do live stuff. So if music's too loud, voice is too quiet, whatever, let me know and I'll do a little bit of rebalancing. For the folks who are joining and are curious as to what we're going to be doing today, basically we're using a custom default or a custom difficulty set. Most of it's pretty much par for the core. I did slow down food and oxygen consumption. Auto miner does deplete, and then we've got just the normal and medium stuff over here. I did turn off the blueprint spawn limit. What that means is basically HVs, SVs, CVs have to be on a base or a CV when you spawn them. So, not planning on doing too much with it though. Yeah, the Streamlab bot does, but I have not configured it fully yet. So I'm actually using the Streamlabs OBS version. So I wanted to see how it works because normal OBS has a little bit of problem with specifically Empyrion. So figure we give it a try. Worst that happens is we go back to the old OBS and we do a different game next week. So what I'm planning on doing, for those who are new to the live streaming that I do, normally I live stream on Twitch, and I am there starting this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm going to be doing live streams here on YouTube for Tuesdays and Thursdays starting next week. Today is just kind of a getting used to it, making sure everything still works. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. I will be glad to answer them if I can. Hey Subquake, welcome to the stream. Yeah, if it's been a while since you've played, there have been a huge number of updates. One of the first things you're going to notice is the new briefing screen when you land. I am actually going to skip this because I've done it so many times, but if you want to see it, let me know. And what I'll do is I will actually do an update video, just to show people what's gone on since the updates have come out. So the newest version, which we are in right now, is 7.58. They actually skipped the 7.4 series and went straight to 7.5. So we're going to go ahead and grab our stuff out of here. Now I am playing in medium difficulty, so I'm very much a handicap already. So alright, so let's head over here. We got the old base, a very old base apparently. Let's set ourselves up here really quick. Actually, there we go. And we're going to head over here and see if we go see what's going on. So for the folks who haven't played the game in a while and have not been around Empyrion very much in the recent months, some of the updates that they've done is that we now have new drops. So as you saw, the escape pod comes down. It now despawns in about 5 minutes after the beginning of the game. Most of the original starting planets like Aqua and Omicron now have temporary housing that you can use. Well, I call it temporary housing because especially on Omicron, this base is kind of a death trap. There are now planetary patrol craft, and those planetary patrol craft are giant hostile CVs. And depending on which difficulty you're playing in, at least the one for Omicron, generally is either it's either easy or medium difficulty. Then they're actually named, you know, planetary patrol craft easy or planetary patrol craft medium or difficult for some of the later ones. So definitely worth checking out the game if you haven't been in a while. They have recently introduced the custom config file, so you can actually change the skill progressions and things a little bit more so than just the menu system that we previously had. Wow. Okay, that's an updated base. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Interesting. Oh, so the new beds are in. Very cool. Okay, so one of the new things that they've added are these things here, the personal cargo boxes. In multiplayer, every player can actually get an instance of this. This is an instanced container. So even if you get in here and loot it, if somebody else comes in, they'll get something else in here as well. So, alright, so we have growing crops inside. One of the new things that you can do now is if you hit P by default, just bring up your control panel, and you can now see all of the new things. There is actually solar power in the game now. And what I want to do is go over here to devices, and we want, where is my, is that really the only cargo box? Oh crap. Alright, that's good to know. Been spoiled by the other space game. Well, so we can be completely transparent. There has been talk that Empyrion, because of the changes that you've been seeing implemented, is getting closer to being able to support more of a workshop mod style gameplay. So there is always the possibility that we are going to see those mods in the near future. So there is no timeline, and I don't think there's an official policy or stance on it yet. I'll check with the folks over at Ilion Games, but yeah, the word is that we should be expecting, or could be expecting, to see workshop mods. So yeah, there's you have the I was gonna say the workshops solar panel. You have solar panels, and then they also have this capacitor back here, and that's basically their version of a battery. So, and it works basically as it does in any other game. The solar panel generates power, and this thing keeps the charge. So your base, obviously, when you turn it on, has a power draw, and anything over the power draw goes into the capacitor. So now a lot of the furniture, like the bed, actually have status effects now. If you use the bed, it gives you a stamina recovery, and depending on the item, they will have different levels of mod or different levels of bonus that they'll give you. So one of the first things I do want to do is I want to find, now they keep changing whether or not this works. Okay, so it is friendly, so I can do that. Why is our temperature? Oh, it's because it's noon. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop, you know, let's go ahead and drop all of that. We're going to drop this. Whoop, there we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and move all of the stuff that we're not actively using over here. We're going to keep those on us. Now, I have had some recent issues with getting poisoned in the game, so we're actually going to keep some of this stuff on us. And I actually do need to keep the chainsaw now because they have made some changes to the materials. And we're going to keep that because it's a cheap and easy fix. Now, I don't think we found any material on the way in. Alright, so where is our admin building? So you can now place waypoints on the map. We're gonna mark that. Alright, and what we're gonna try and do is see if we can find any surface rocks. Because the surface rocks you can now mine for resources as well. And I'm hoping we can find something out here. So 3 kilometers that way, which means we're probably going to have to wait until the evening. Because we've gotten to the point where we are in dangerous territory for heat. Man, we got nothing around our base this time. Hi, little worms. Alright. Oh. I think this is one of the worst starts I've ever seen in the game. Alright. So what we need to be careful of is if you see a status effect that comes up that tells you that you're overheating, you will take heat damage now. So you can actually freeze to death. You can also cook yourself to death if you get too warm. You want to definitely be careful of the status effects. Alright. Now, do I have... Nope. Okay. That's what I thought. So they've changed the way that ore works in the game. You can now harvest the surface rocks for basic materials, but it's an RNG system, so you may or may not get something when you harvest. The actual mining in the game, what they've done is they've gone with a new system for artwork, for the way that the terrain is detailed. So what you end up with is a system where it was incompatible with the old system that they were using. What is? Come on. The little jelly dudes are still in the game. Yeah, see how I've gone too hot now? I need to actually... Come on. Hey, I got a little bit of iron. That's good. Okay. So what will end up happening is, as you can see with the fact that I'm too hot, what's going on is I'm starting to lose stamina. And then if my stamina stays... Like, if I continue to stay too warm because my stamina is too low, I'll start taking health damage over time. Hey Sharky, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We need to get ourselves back into a more temperate climate here. Alright. See if we can find some more resource rocks somewhere. And like I said, if the music's too loud, let me know. I'm still getting the YouTube settings balanced out, so a little bit different than the stuff on the Twitch side of the house. Oh, can we make it back before we start taking damage? We're in the 46. We're okay. We're just at the high end of our temperature tolerance now. There. Huh. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and recover our stamina here. And as you can see, even though I'm still... My settings said... Even though my status said that I was still too warm, the stamina recovery actually is enough to help counter it, so... Even the game thinks I'm hot. Well, you know what it is? It's that whole panda has too much fur thing, so... Alright. So one of the things that they introduced is this whole little like menu system where they can basically in-game quests. So as you go through, it's kind of a tutorial. It's a working tutorial. Let's go ahead and grab all this out. So we're gonna pick this stuff up. I need to equip that. There we go. Interesting. And what it'll do is it basically walks you through the process of what you need in order to get things going. So let's go ahead and drop all this stuff in here. So we have that. We can go ahead and make our bike. Oh, helps if I turn it on. Oh, now we get to wait for it to finish crafting it up. Hey Dave, how you doing? It's very bitty? Okay. Interesting. It should be pushing 1080p at 60. So let me know if you are having problems with it. Because I've got my my streaming software set to push a lot of data right now. So for some folks, if you're depending on what your local conditions are. All right. Yeah, let me know how that works out for you, Dave. And for the folks that are joining us, welcome to the stream. We're doing a little bit of Empyrion today. And I'm basically running through showing folks some of the new stuff like the new tutorial. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know and I will be glad to try and answer them for you if I can. And now it wants us to pick this thing up. Okay. Make up your mind, game. Make up your mind. Yeah, we're not gonna let that go. We're gonna, you know what? Let's go ahead and go here. Let's reload the pistol really quick. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on the bike and we're gonna make a run for the admin building. I do kind of want to bring this with us. How much time do you have? You have 36 minutes. Okay. We'll come back for that in a half hour. And what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the admin building. Hopefully head over to the admin building if we get the bike to go where we want it to go. Yeah, so for the folks that are having bitrate problems, remember, or are not having the bitrate problems, remember that YouTube has weird ways that they deal with things around the world, so your connection may be okay, but someone else's may not. So we'll figure out something that works for everybody as we work along here. Okay, so what's so interesting about the admin building? One is that it has generally has resources there in the immediate area, but it's also invulnerable. So if you ever have a situation where your base gets destroyed because the AI is just a little overwhelming for you, which can happen, the developers have been making the AI in this game a lot more mean than they used to be. It's rather brutal now, so. But if you ever run into a situation where you find yourself out of resources or just in trouble, it's a good place to go. You'll usually find oxygen over there. You'll find, there's a couple of containers that you might be able to loot, like food containers and things. Head arc running. No worries. Oh, glad you got everything straightened out though. Hey, look at that, we got some more iron. Space oranges, lifeblood on Omicron. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna loot some of these. Because like I said, this is the easiest way to get resources early game. Once you have a multi-tool and you have a weapon that you can take on bases with. If you take on a base and then if you're able to capture it, basically remove the core, you can strip mine the bases for resources. So once you have the multi-tool and some basic gear, you're usually okay. The hard part's getting to that point for most people. Last time you ate a space orange, it killed you. Well, that's why you bring the health kits and things. Yeah, food poisoning rate has been dropped drastically, so it's still in there, but... Okay, so let's take a look at the map really quick. We are in all sorts of rocky terrain. Okay, so... what we may need to do is I may need to head north over into the plains and get out of the mountains, because as the sun comes down, the temperature is going to start dropping. And that's going to be something that's a little bit deadly for us in this game now. So if you look in the top right corner, you'll see the temperature indicator as well as the radiation indicator. I don't want that. I thought about it. I thought about it. Hey, speaking of planetary patrol craft, there it is. Okay, so that thing right there is a CV that's AI controlled. The platform that it's on is where it spawns at. If you don't completely destroy that thing when you get a chance, it'll actually return to the base, repair itself, and come back for you. So, yeah. And it's got a lot of small guns on it. It's got a couple of big guns, but thankfully most of the big guns can't fire in an atmosphere. Alright. Ow. Of course, the way we're going, I'm going to kill myself just getting there. Now, I am going to apologize because YouTube makes things really, really dark, so no matter how much I adjust the lighting on my side, this is probably going to be dark for y'all. Once I get to the base, though, it should lighten up again. Just letting everybody know ahead of time, just in case. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ourselves... We're going to mountain goat it. So they've been making the planet much darker at night. Turn the light on, hopefully that'll help a little bit. Alright. So I think you're all about 30 seconds or so behind me, maybe a little bit more. YouTube has that built-in buffer, so. Enlighten us. Nice, Sharky. Alright. We're going to switch over to this. Alright, so we're going to head down that way, I think. Actually, was that aloe vera or... yeah, that's aloe. I like the new plant model. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get down here a little bit further. Now we can use this thing since we're in slightly smoother terrain. Now the mini bike, if you haven't played since the mini bike's been introduced, it's gone through a couple of control iterations and none of them have been really good. So it is better than it used to be, but it's still not, yeah. It's interesting. Now if you hit water with this thing, for those who play 7 Days to Die, you will be familiar with the experience. If you happen to hit a body of water, you get unseated from the bike. But unlike in 7 Days to Die, where you can't pick the bike back up easily, you can pick this one back up. So we're going to stop over here, pick up some stone. I don't know, I would say it's comparable to the 7 Days to Die mini bike. At least 7 Days to Die, the mini bike backs up when you want to. This thing will keep going forward a little bit. See, what I'm hoping to do is to find a, I want to find a hub. There's these things, basically it's like a community hub or something like that I'm looking for. It's a type of POI outpost that has the advanced constructor in it. And if you can find one of those things early on, I recommend using those to set up your base from, as long as you're not in an overly hostile area. If you're in a ridiculously hostile area, then, you know, you have to make your own call on that, but generally the hubs are actually good places to set up. So that's true, the animation is not as stiff as it is in 7 Days to Die. But to be fair, you know, 7 Days to Die is getting better, so. I almost did some 7 Days to Die today, but I was like, I hear rumors about the new alpha, and it's like, oh. Because it would be my luck to start a new playthrough today and then like an alpha drop in the next 24 hours or so. Can we get you? Now the alien plasma that I'm picking up, that T6 stuff, that's actually used for larger medkits. Alright. So I do recommend picking it up when you get a chance. And this is actually a great planet for it, because as you can see, all of those little domes are medkits waiting to happen. Do I play modded? I actually play both vanilla and modded. I like the True Survival mod. I like Val mod. Oh, I haven't played Skippy's mod too much. Settlement. But there's War of the Walkers I kind of want to check out. Hey, look, asteroids. And apparently those things will destroy your base if they land on it, so. Alright. So what we were talking about earlier is if you get in a situation where you get stuck and you run into problems, this is actually a great place to hang out, because you can go into here. Oh, nope, they've locked it down. Let's see, can we loot any of this stuff in here now? Other faction. Yeah, so you can still use the med bay. You can use the O2 systems. Oh. And then they have these little bays here, things like this. Let me see here. It'll tell you when you mouse over it. So that, like, if you have heat stroke, freezing, whatever, you can use this sensor to get rid of it. If you have parasite, you use this to get rid of it. And this one is food poisoning and poisonous bite. So if you get any of those ailments, run over here, jump into one of these machines, and it'll fix you right up. Alright. Then take our helmet off while we're here so we're not burning our precious O2. And the other reason you want to come over here is because of this thing. This is a transporter. Or a teleporter, I should say. It will transport you up to a synchronous station up in orbit. And then if you're in multiplayer, you have trade terminals. That's the ATM? Yeah, that's the ATM. So the trade... Oh, they changed it. So if you have... if there's something you're looking for, you can create an offer. If there's something that somebody else is selling, you can find it over here. Recent transactions and pending transactions. Basically, there is now a trading system and an economy in the game. Yeah, the admin building, if you're fortunate enough to be able to get to it, will make your life much, much easier. The other thing is that if you talk to some of these guys, NPCs will now buy and sell certain material. And let's see here. So if you have something that you want to sell, let me see. Is it going to allow me to sell anything? Nope. Alright, so if you have something that they're looking to buy, you can actually sell them the item. Actually. And it'll tell you how many they have in stock versus their maximum that they'll keep on hand. So if you have money, like if you've been killing the aliens, you'll get the credit chips. You can actually come in here and buy stuff as well. Massimo, how you doing? Long time no see, buddy. Welcome to the stream. You're streaming and playing Empyrion? Yeah, I honestly have been missing it. I was really upset that I wasn't able to take part in Iron Man this time around. This is the first time that the folks are, and they've been told what's going on, at least long term. They're going to be able to use CVs this season, and they're going to be leaving the immediate system. So unlike previous seasons where we did everything on 1 or 2 planets, they're actually going to be traveling out in the galaxy this time. Yeah, no, it is a great game. It's like, people give me crap because I play both this and Space Engineers. So they're just like... Oh, let's see here. We have a drill. So, like I was saying, is if you select something that you have that they're willing to buy, it'll tell you how much it'll sell for versus how much you can buy it for. Now, I'm not going to sell my drill because I need my drill. Now, the chainsaw, on the other hand, the chainsaw is probably the best weapon in the game again. You can use this thing to do damage, and generally speaking, things that you're hitting with the chainsaw can't fight back, so let's go see what they've got in orbit. Yeah, Demon, I wasn't able to do it, unfortunately. The first 2 weeks, I wouldn't have been able to complete the tasks in time because I had scheduling issues. I was out of the house for a good portion of the holiday period. And they started the season on last Monday, I think it was. So the first episode had to be up by last Wednesday. And I just wasn't available to do it, so. Sandfin, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy. We were just talking about Iron Man. So Zanfin, you're in Iron Man this season, right? We've got like 15 people or something like that doing it this time. Oh, the carrier. Oh crap, can we see that? I want to see it. I want to see it. Can we see the carrier? Oh, look at that. I forgot who built that. That was actually, that carrier is a player-made carrier, is a player-made ship that Empyrion, the folks at Ilion Games actually gave credit to the modder. Oh, I want to go take that over. Awesome! Congratulations! I need to actually stop in and give Captain Adonis and the crew some crap. Somebody needs to kill Dank this season. Alright. And that works well. Alright. So yeah, like we were saying before, with the implementation of the new POIs, and yes, everything can be pressurized for air now, so we're gonna go. The market is downstairs. We're not really worried about the market. Which store is this? What I'm looking for. Damn. So some of these have areas in them that are hidden. And what I'm looking for is the food processors, because you will sometimes find things like this. Can I use it? I can use the food processor here. Awesome. Which means I can also use this. So all of the stuff that I was worried about running out of space for, or that it would expire, we don't have to worry about it now. And since these fridges come with a little bit of food in them, We're going to combine all this down into one fridge, and we're going to put it over here. There we go. But won't let me access them. Okay. That's fine. And how are we doing for food? We're actually doing okay for food, so I'm not going to bother with the rest of this. So this means that we are probably going to work out of the admin building this time around. Now, if that's that would mean over here should be the crafting room. Can I loot that? Nope. And do we have crafters over here, or is this just cargo? Damn it, it's just cargo. There used to be a fabricator down here. Alright. I know we were talking about little secret passages. Come on. Let me in. Thank you. All sorts of little secret stuff in this base. Now, these bases, like I said, all of the admin bases are invulnerable. And it looks like we have fabricator upstairs. Okay. So now we can head upstairs and go grab our fabricator. Yeah, no, they did a great job with the their selection of vehicles to implement. All right. That's administration. Let's see. That's bathroom area. Multi-tool, look at you. So you always want to check all of the containers, because as you saw, not all of the containers are actually locked. They'll tell you that they are. But when you, oh look, they made it. 0586. Somebody remember that number, because that means there is something locked somewhere in the bank. That's administration. This is the hotel level. But yeah, so we're gonna end up finding 9856. Let's see if that's the one for the admin. So 9856. Oh, right. So you're gonna get all these like little codes. Some of them will unlock different doors and things in the place. Let's go ahead and use that to reduce our radiation. Alright. Go back into our little secret cubby hole here. Let's see what we got. Do need to be careful because some of the spaces that you go into will be depressurized. And let's see. Is there a bank down here? Okay, so that's tech. So that's the new hangar area. Almost fast enough? Yeah, I know, right? So market level. Alright, so can we get... He actually buys it for more. So I'll need 1,600. Trying to figure out if I have anything that I can sell, because I don't want to sell this. Alright, so let's sell the chainsaw. And that gives us almost 1,500 credits, because basically I'm trying to get enough to get the night vision goggles. And I might be able to get those cheaper on the planet. Let's see what the store has in reserve. Ore scanner would be nice. It won't let me sell the minigun round. There we go. 1521. We're getting close. Let's see. Does there anybody have a? He does. I never used the damn flashlight, so. 1560. All right. We're gonna see if anybody's got the night vision goggles for less. Now we can actually get them fairly easily once we start looting stuff. Oh, they dropped the price on it. But that used to be really expensive stuff. The celebration wine. But it's really easy to make, so they finally dropped the pricing on it, looks like. Awesome. Thank you for the recap on those. Oh, look at you. It'd be nice to have that early on. All right. Okay. Oh, don't need any of that. Clinic. Wow, they're selling the night vision for even more. Holy crap. Alright. Back down to the planet we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back, see what time it is on the planet. Hey, look at that! Sunrise! Awesome. And let's see, do you have... So, the ore price, this went up in price. That sucks. Okay, come in. Let's see what you have really quick. Absolutely nothing useful. Okay. So what we need to do is, let me get back over here. We're going to go on a little planetary road trip. So we know that there is silicon there. That looks like there's a base. They've gotten better at hiding where the bases are spawning. That is on the planetary seam, so that will not be a base. So for the folks who used to play Empyrion, you probably remember that there used to be like these little crater marks on the planet where you'd be able to see like displacements. And that would tell you that there was a POI there. They've gotten better at hiding them. Alright. So we're here, so let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to set some waypoints here. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to see if we can do a little bit of scouting with our helmet back on so we don't die. And we are going that way. Okay. Maybe they have. Maybe it's culturally part of their thing to poop themselves. Come on. Fine, we will see if it'll let me go this way. Come on. See, the turning radius on this thing is horrible. Come on, go. There we go. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find some POIs that we can raid for supplies. So I don't have to spend hours doing nothing but gathering loose rocks. So... Alright. The invisible collision boxes irritate the hell out of me. But see, that, come on. That collision box does not need to be that big. What bugs me is that it's only on the bike that the collision box is that large. See? Like if I get off the bike here, I can walk pretty much... Oh no, they did make it actually a little bit bigger. Alright. I stand corrected. I guess I sit corrected is better. So now, this game does have actual planetary orbits, at least as far as the sun is concerned. The sun does rotate around the planet. Well, the planet rotates in orbit around the sun. But it only rotates, it does not actually orbit the sun, so... And that is our map boundary for this side. There we go. Transition's a little smoother than it used to be. I've got heat stroke. Why does that not surprise me? We're trying to find an area that's a little bit better. Oh, this is bad. And we may end up dying due to heat. God. Oh, look at that. There we go. Wow. That was closer than I wanted it to be. All right. There. Yeah, Omicron's a rough planet. Do we have... Man, I don't see anything on this planet worth a damn. Holy crap. So the only things that we have seen for POIs have been hostile. Wonder maybe... So we're up near the northern map boundary. Alright, let's head this way a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're basically just taking a look. I'm trying to find out if there's anything on the planet worth a damn. And I'm not seeing anything yet. Alright, get back here. Better to get smacked back instead of smacked into orbit. There is a bug with the mini bike sometimes if you jump off of it before it's completely stopped and then pick it and immediately pick it up. It will, when you put it back down and you get on it, it'll launch you into the air. So you want to be careful of that. There's copper over here. That's always a good thing to find. Alright. there's copper over there. There's probably other materials somewhere in the immediate area. Copper is usually a good indicator that there's stuff around. Copper and silicon. Alright, see if we can find a POI worth investigating. 'Cause I haven't even seen like hostile drones yet. Let's go take a look over in the valley and see. Yep, there's silicon. Where are we at on the planet? Alright. Let's go for it. Tell the copper nothing. Hey Benjamin, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hey, look at that. We found a farm. That's actually a good thing to find. Because we were looking for food and health, and now we have... I think there's a health spawner in here. I think there's a med station. I may be wrong. It may not be. Turn that light on so you can see. Hey guys, how you doing? All right. Now, if you ever want to take the farm over, this is actually a really nice POI. What you do is you destroy this toilet, and the core is right here under the floor. So one of the things that they've done is all of the bases now are basically effectively immune to small arms fire. So you have to use explosives in order to get to the core in most cases. In this space, you can use a small, like a pistol or a rifle, to destroy that toilet. And once it's destroyed, you can actually use the entire base. Actually, we're going to eat that. You are in the fridge. We're not going to take out of the fridge, but we are going to take stuff out of the cabinets here and put those in the fridge. Do we have anything else? No, okay. And then one of the secrets of this place, when you come over to the door, look up. They have these little storage containers up here. And I think that we may have more stuff here. Look at you. Drill charge, always a good thing to find. Radiation, I'm not worried about as much. And this is just all food, which is a good thing. I thought there used to be a med bay over here. So, but yeah, like I said, if you're ever wanting to take over a base, this is actually a really good one to take. Because you have so many things here. So, but for the folks that have asked how I survive in, because I do a series where I'll just be like a nomad. This is how I survive. Just find the places like this that are worth looting. And we've got durian, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, look at you. Glass plates. Okay, and they like to hide things behind other things. So you definitely want to check around everywhere, make sure. Oh, components. More components. And yet more components. That's actually good. Okay, let's see what else we've got over here. Materials, more materials. Can we get all that? Yeah. Alright. Look at that. Skyrim free room. Nice, Sharky. Very nice. I don't know. I like a lot of the changes. Now that you have the ability to do the custom config file, I think that was actually a really good thing for them to add. And I want this and this. Okay, so we've got rifle rounds, we've got this. Alright. So those modules, you can actually sell those on the space station. And they tend to be worth a pretty decent amount of credits. I don't know if that's been changed or not. I'm not worried about the Pentax crystals. We can get those later, I'm not. Crap. Stone dust is easy to get. Alright, so we're starting to get into the position where we are getting too cold now. Let's see what the vendor has to sell. Does he have anything useful? He's got coffee. Do we have anything that we have on us that we can sell to him? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so we do have some food. Actually, let's do this. Let's drop off some of our supplies here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to pick up some of the food that we're not eating. Like this. And these. And I think we can sell those to him. Alright, so we have fries. He's not buying the fries, but he is buying the waffle. So we can sell the waffle to him. I'm surprised he's not buying the fries. Oh no, he is buying the fries. Okay. And that gives us a lot more to work with. And now what I want from him is we're going to buy both of those. And the reason we're buying those is because we're getting ready to head off that way. And what we're going to do is we're going to drink this first because that increases our body temperature. At least it used to increase our body temperature. Maybe it doesn't increase it anymore. Come on. And we're going to swing east from here. Hopefully we don't come up over the ridge and have a large base in front of us shooting at us. I've had that happen way too many times. There we go. Yeah, and like I've said before, the two games, while they are similar on the surface of them, the big difference is really in the focus. Space Engineers has always been about the building aspect, and then they kind of tagged in some survival-esque things on top of it, where this game has always been about the survival and using building to achieve that. So it's definitely a difference in the focus of the gameplay. Come here. Turn that on. Hopefully give you a little bit more light. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get back to the areas that we can get useful stuff in. Oh, hey, look at that drone base. That means we are. That's farm. That is the very old base. Okay. So that is the third hostile POI that we have found. And that's our very old base over there, so. Alright. Trying to see, can we get... Of course. Oh, hello. That would have been bad. Alright. Alright, so our oxygen generator should be fuel depleted now, so we'll be able to... Ow. Let's avoid the crevices like that in the future. Now, as I was saying, the oxygen generator should be mostly depleted, if not completely depleted by now. So we'll go ahead and pick up that. We'll take it with us. No, I'm going to pick that up. Thank you. Right. 19 more. That's always a good thing. Our temperature's back within a tolerable range. Actually, do we have... Okay. I was hoping that maybe we had, of course not, a armor set in here so that we could, an armory, so we could put some of our mods in. Alright, so where's our admin building? We're going to set a permanent waypoint right there. Alright, let's go. Just have to know how to feather the jetpack. There we go. And we're off. Ow. Well, that was rather anticlimactic. Alright. Let's get ourselves around here. We still need to find some more resources. I see a drone in the distance. That's usually a good indication that there's something over there. Either a base or a mineral deposit. If you're lost and looking for things, that's actually a good way to find stuff. And that would be a base. Son of a... It's a hostile. If it wasn't a hostile base, I wouldn't mind. Let's see, what else is over here? So the drone base, and is that the starport? Power station. Okay, so we found 2 power stations, a bunch of resources, and we are way too close because that thing's going to start shooting at us. See? You want to stay outside of about 400, 450 to keep things from shooting at you? Yeah, we came down that hill and I was like, yeah, we're a little too close. A little too close. It's okay. We made it out of there. It's fine. Alright, so that is a lot of stuff right there. That's going to be a pain in the ass to clear out. Oh, look, and there's another one. Okay, so we've got a drone base, the patrol platform, the power station, and abandoned factory or warehouse or something. Son of a... Oh, alright, let's get back to the admin building, get healed up, and get our stuff upgraded. See if we can actually start getting some of our things done. We'll place down the... I think we're going to dig a small hole. Don't taunt the enemy bases? Why not? I love taunting the enemy bases. You get spectacular death like that. Usually your own, but you know, it's okay. It's all good. So we are now effectively in day 2, which means we have to start worrying about the hostile mobs starting to spawn. As you saw the first time we came through, there were no drones. There are now drones. That also means that we're going to have things like spiders and arachnids up here in the mountains. And both of those things are annoying to kill. The arachnids basically are giant mutant scorpions. And then the spiders are just as the name implies. So, is anything? Not really anything over here. Yeah, like I said, this is the most sparse I have ever seen Omicron. I mean, this is like crazy sparse. Preferably in between 3 of them. Well, I actually do that a lot. Like I said, it is always fun to go in and kind of stir up the hornet's nest that is the base. But I don't think day 1, day 2 is a good time to be doing it right now, especially since with all of the changes in the game recently. Alright, so I have to admit, it is a beautiful game. Alright, so we're gonna head, let's see, that is up on that ridge line way over there. Okay, so if we go down this way, actually, there's definitely an argument to be made to head northeast, basically over there, and follow the ridge line around. Let's do that, because then we can use the mini bike. We just have to get out of this mess first. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this stuff going. Come on. Now see, if I had started on Aqua, the planet would be much easier to deal with, because you don't have to deal with oxygen, you don't have to deal with quite such broken terrain. They have been redoing all of the planet generations, but Aqua still is probably the very easiest planet to start on. So let's go ahead and get around this way. We did get kind of lucky with some of the things that we have found so far. The multi-tool is definitely a win for us. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I swear, I spend more time picking up and putting the bike down than I do using it, so. Let's try that again. And yes, I will get the music. Ah, crap. Oh, man. This is going to be... That's going to be annoying. Because I think it's going to launch me when I get back on it now. Alright, let's go this way. Maybe they fixed that bug. Yeah, maybe they did. Awesome. Alright. Oh, turn ya. Oh. There you go. I miss the original mini bike when they first put this bike in. The wheels were like glue. You could go up the side of the mountains no problem. You know, it worked really well. And then somebody complained about it working too well, and so they basically went the exact opposite direction with it ever since. Ah. All right. So now that we're here, okay, so we're gonna pick that up really quick. Now I'm gonna dig, actually, because I don't. Oh, they did. You can. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. So if we can do that, what we're going to do, you see how it blocks placing in some locations? What we're going to do is we're going to tuck this thing in. That should be good. Let's go ahead and drop all of this stuff off. So all of those components and everything that we picked up, like these guys, that all goes in here. Let's turn this thing on. We're going to have it start refining stuff for us. Let's go ahead and get this going while we have a moment of there we go. Yeah, the explorable galaxy is going to be nice. I mean, right now you have the star system. So you actually have all of this space. As you jump out, it'll unlock with it, what the next couple of rings are. This is just what's in the local area here. Now, they've actually added jump drives to SVs. So the SVs can get into this like 15 area. The CVs can get all the way out to like 25, I think. There you go. But first things first, we need to go heal ourselves up, get our things back in there. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, having the admin building and the different POIs have made this game survival-wise so much easier in some regards. But because of the improvements to the AI, the changing to the weapons now have scatter. They're no longer pinpoint accurate on every shot. And because of all these changes, they kind of had to give the player something. Now, if you use the custom config file, what's up here anyway? Residential. Why are you not letting me access? It says to press. Interesting. Huh. So it's faction locked, but it's not. Interesting. Well, Sharky, what they'll do is probably do it the same way they've got the planetary systems right now. So instead of having just the one system where you go and have, you know, like 9-10 planets to explore, they'll have groupings of those planets. Alright, so wasn't there... Yeah, there it is. I was going to say... Okay, so by default you start with light armor. I'm actually going to go to medium armor so that I can do this. So if you notice, our comfort zone is now -32 to 67. So we should be a little bit better if we go with this versus the -10 to 45. So going to take our helmet off. We're going to drop the O2 tank outside so that that can keep generating O2 for us. Because while we're not using much of it right now, we will need it at some point. But we need to find a place... Oh, wrong way. We need to find a place with a crafting station that we can use. Because I don't want to put a base down if I don't need to. Putting bases down tends to be dangerous. Because that will start bringing in the drones, and when you have the drones coming in, yeah, but once you start getting drones, it's usually bad. Okay, so that's the farm. Aerial base. And that's a farm, so we're gonna say resource. There you go. Okay, so if it's 4 kilometers that way, the personal cargo, basically our old base is there. We are in the absolute worst position to use that thing. Oh well. Alright, back to the space station for a minute. Have you come down on your prices at all? Prices have come down a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. Nope, you don't have him. I think you might have them. Yeah, so remember those things that we were talking about? All of those boosts? Look at what they sell for. So if we go back to the farm and bring those boosts back up here and sell them, we'll have more money than we need for pretty much anything. I want those just so we have them. And now that I've bought them, the first place we go and loot, we're going to find like 3 pairs of them. Well, some quick, Empyrion's working on it. Like I said, the expectation is now that we have the custom config file, they're starting to look at supporting the workshop for ways to support modding on that. So I don't know what we're going to end up with ultimately, but I think it's going to be good no matter what. I mean, the game is already good as it is. The one thing that I would like to see, though, is custom blocks. I think that we would do really well having... Yeah, see, he went at 19 for his. But he's also buying boosts. Wow, mobility boost for 24,000? Really? Because I think I've got a couple of those. I think we're going to have to go back to the farm. I can't loot them. I want to loot them. Let me loot them. And the turret being able to give some... Yeah. Yeah, being able to put turrets on the SV I thought was awesome, but I thought they disabled that. Because there were some problems with there was like having player-controlled turrets on SVs was causing some kind of problem in the game, so I thought they disabled it. Or am I thinking of something else? Alright, so now that we have our helmet back on, and we have night vision equipped, we can actually do that. So now you can see at night. How is that? Yes, it's an ugly green screen and I apologize, but hey, it's better than what we had, right? I got a lot of iron out of that. Okay. So what do we have access to build? Not a whole lot. Go ahead and get some of that going. What level did I make anyway? Oh, we're level 3. I didn't even realize it. Alright, so I'm thinking we are going to have to build a base. And I really, really don't want to, but ventilator is not such a big issue right now. I mean, we could have gone HV and done mobile base. Alright, how close are we to our next level? We're pretty close to our next level. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the farm. We're going to grab all of the modules out of the farm. We're going to come back, go back to the space station, sell those modules off, buy some gear and ammo, and then go do some hunting to get some levels up really quickly. Yeah, Space Engineers does not have night vision, which I don't know if is a good thing or not. Like I said, I do like the fact that the games have different directions and focus. Whoa, that's right. We did want to go this way. Had to stop and think about that for a second. Of course, I probably should have stopped and thought about that before flying off the edge of a cliff. But, you know, what the hell, right? Yeah, both games have suit lights. Both games have, you know, oxygen survival. This one has food and water as well as like status ailments. Now there are some mods, to be fair, there are mods on the workshop for Space Engineers which will introduce food and water requirements for survival. I actually had one installed for a while on one of my saves. It was interesting, but at the end of it all, it just it wasn't the most effective, I think. It wasn't enjoyable. It did add the mechanic, but I don't think it was a good implementation of the mechanic. But it does show the potential for it to get into the game. Yeah, I know, there's been all sorts of jokes about that, like if the two games got together. I don't think it'll happen though, because Merrick is, you know, Merrick, so. Could you imagine if the two companies got together, formed a new super company? That means we would have Zoc doing the status updates, like the weekly updates for the game, for Empyrion. that would be freaking amazing. Oh. I don't know if I would actually say that about No Man's Sky. Because, no, I mean, even with all the changes to No Man's Sky in the last year or so, it's still, it's like it took the bad parts of, oh, that's gonna hurt. It took the bad parts of the games and not many of the good parts, you know? I mean, that's just my opinion on it. You know, feel free to have a different one. I'm not going to say either opinion is right or wrong. But like I said, for me, No Man's Sky, it was a great concept. And early on, I think it had a lot of potential. It was just, they oversold and underdelivered. Yeah, I think that the development team, considering it is still a small team, I think that given what they've done with it is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to ever fault them for achieving what they have. Because, you know, between them and me, who's got a game on market, right? So, but jokes aside, the team has done a lot of good stuff. It's just, like I said, my opinion is that the gameplay elements that they chose to incorporate so far are not gameplay elements that I probably would have kept, at least not in the way that they did. Okay, so that's the power station, and then there's the farm. Is that the... Okay, so patrol craft is out and about. 2 power stations. Aerial base. Okay, so we're gonna back up. And let's swing around to the south, because I actually want to explore this a little bit. It has to be dry. I think that if No Man's Sky had actually been able to get the multiplayer in the game earlier and have it actually work, I think it would be a much better game. See, my problem with No Man's Sky is that I wanted that to be a multiplayer game, because it was sold as a multiplayer game. And because it didn't actually allow you to get out there and have the chance of meeting other people, I think is what my big disappointment with the game was. Excuse me, hiccups today. Hey, look at that. We were just talking about spiders. Not all that long ago. And look what we have. We have spiders. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, that hurt. Come on. Okay, Bike, you need to make up your mind as to whether or not you're actually going to work. If you're going to work, great. If you're not, let me know so I can get the hell out of here. You know what? I'm not even going to deal with you. Oh, that's... I have a feeling that we're about to get launched when we get back on this bike. Crap. And we're up against the... was this the southern boundary? New POI. All right. Strangely appropriate music. Yeah, and that was part of the thing, was that they didn't expect people to be able to quickly be able to find the same location, the same system. And that was just really bad planning on their part, because anytime you put a challenge like that out to a gaming community, the gaming community will find a way to piss you off. I mean, that's just, it really is the way that the gaming community works. I mean, come on. We live for challenge. Yeah, and that was kind of my point with it, was when No Man's Sky came out, originally it was being billed basically as Elite Dangerous, you know, meets Empyrion, meets Space Engineers kind of thing. And it's like... So I was really disappointed in the fact that the multiplayer aspect of it wasn't multiplayer. Oh. Nice, I got stuck in the ditch just as the music ended. Alright. All right, so now we are in the hills, so we need to keep our eyes open for the hostiles, because we will get things like the spiders and crap. All right. That would be actually kind of interesting. I think it's a little too niche. I think that it, but I do think that for the niche that it would hit, I think it would sell really well. Euro Truck Simulator in space, yeah. Well, Elite has always been basically Euro Truck Simulator in space. Yeah, you basically get to choose. Do you want to ship things, or do you want to blow things up? And that's pretty much it. Which, you know, is fine for most games. It's not a bad set of options to have. But you kind of want to do something other than just fly straight, you know, second star to the right straight on till morning sometimes, and so it would be nice to have more to do. Okay, let's go this way. Yeah, it would be nice. So, but now the Theragolds are in the game, so they are active. So there is an actual threat out there besides the NPC pirates, and it is an overwhelming threat for the folks that are fighting them. Okay, so we said we want all of our stuff here. We're gonna take that because we can sell that for more cash. And this would be why I emptied my inventory. Okay. Yeah, it does kind of scream for the giant sandworms. I think they would run into problems with Osiris, though, because, you know, Osiris has done the Omicron with sandworm thing, so. And how are we doing for food? We're okay for food. We'll get something to eat here shortly. We're going to grab all that. And we're going to grab all those. Okay. Nothing there. All right. Make sure we actually... Okay. None of that is edible. Well, it is, but it's all component stuff. I'm thinking I might just skip the HVs and go SVs because Omicron has such broken terrain. And we'll bring that with us because those things last a while. Unless there's canned food in one of these. Nope, there's another salami. Okay. Let's go up. Anything up here worth grabbing? I think we have... Actually, we don't have corn. We'll grab that. And now I'm grabbing that so we can turn that into seeds eventually. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in here for now. Alright. Okay, so we've got bases over there. We've got our base there. Now we just can't seem to win for lack of trying here today. Alright, so let's go... We'll set a waypoint there. Okay, and that should get us close. Hey, Raviran? Is that how you say it? Raviran? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. For those who are joining us, this is just a kind of a chill stream. Basically just spending my time running around the planet, just because we can. I am really trying not to do any excessive mining in this playthrough, but I will probably have to do some, and I'll do it off camera because, well, the new mining mechanic is really bloody annoying, so. Grind monotonous, yeah. God damn it. I swear, if it wasn't so much faster than walking, I would never bring this bike out. There we go. I also miss the fact that you can't go first person on it anymore. Oh. That's a refinery. We're going that way. Slight detour. That's ore processing. They actually have crafting stations in them. And it's got a drone there. That's okay. And it's a cannon drone. Okay, the question is can we get, where's the cannon drone at? Looks like it spawned under the base. Oh, that is awesome. The drone spawned under the base. So he's probably, I'm betting he's like right in here. Nope, he's actually under the base. Oh, this right here, we are home. So we have two constructors. Oh, they're large constructors. They're not advanced constructors, but they're actual constructors that we don't have to build. Do I have anything else that I can drop off in here? No. Now, the one thing about this base is that there's no refrigerator on it. But what it does have is lots of loot. Look, more mining tools. And when I say lots of loot, I mean lots of loot. I think this is the one we dropped everything into, right? Yeah. So we'll drop that off, drop that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over here. Let's drop all this miscellaneous crap. Neither of you are tier 2s, right? No, okay. Alright. Because we're gonna loot all of this. This is quite possibly one of the greatest of the new bases that they've implemented in Empyrion. I absolutely love this base, and I will show you why in a moment. So, because we're going to go drop this stuff off, because this is all of our actual supplies in this one. Oh, nope, you come here. You go there. Okay, now, one of the reasons why I love this is if you come upstairs, you have all of these cargo boxes. Look at this. But yeah, when you find this in your spawn base, in your spawn table, oh, you know it's going to be good. Now remember, I've only mined a couple of things of iron. Everything else has been looted. And let me show you what we've got so far. Remember, this is all loot. This is not me going out and causing problems for people. Okay. that's all loot. And that's all loot. I mean, look at how much material we have already, and I haven't mined at all. Yeah, Subquake, they've made it really easy to survive now. Because, like I said, you can change a lot of things now with the custom config file. But the POIs, because the so many people were playing and having problems surviving, they went a little overboard, I think. But I will not tell the developers I actually believe that. So if anyone tells them, this recording will be deleted, and and I will deny everything. Oh. And again, a lot of it was because you spent so much time in the game mining before that they really didn't want you. They didn't want mining to be the focus of the game. They really wanted mining to be something that you did because you had to do, not because that was the only way to progress. Now, the reason I like this place is because of that right there. The furnace, if you drop ore, and it will only do this for certain types of ore, but what it'll do is it auto processes everything for you. You don't have to go out and say, I want to queue up X number of this or whatever. Now we do have to be careful in here because this place has a ridiculously high heat level. As you can see, you overheat really quickly, but there's a shower right here which helps reduce the temperature. Ah, okay. Why does it sound like we got hostiles outside trying to get into me? But yeah, so I really love these bases because it has the refinery. And since it has that in there, what we'll do is we'll move all of our raw resources over. And as you saw, it processes them ridiculously fast, but it will process them in the order that they're in there. So if you come in with a couple hundred ore of each type, the order that you drop it in is the order that it'll process it in. So we're gonna grab cobalt, we're gonna grab the rest of our iron. Magnesium won't refine in there, but all of the metallics will. Alright, and I'll drop that off. Drop these off because these are actual components. Nope. Yeah, so one of the main reasons I like this space is because you have the two crafting stations. So what you can do, have one of these set up to process just Promethean pretty much non-stop, and then you have the other one for crafting whatever you need to craft. So between that, the refinery, or the furnace, and the two crafting stations, you can get a lot of stuff produced very, very quickly. And we have more things to sell in space. Alright, I don't remember if silicon processes in there or not. We're gonna go find out. And then again, you do have the little hidden storage areas like this. And then you have this guy, which we're gonna take just because. Because once you open it, it starts decaying. Like I said, it is unfortunate there's no refrigerators over here, so you can't store anything perishable like that. So we're gonna drop that in there, we're gonna drop that. So as you can see, it's just running through and it will process it. So yes, it will process all of that. And then if you don't have enough of it in the stack to process, it will move on to the next stack. So it's not like Space Engineers where if something gums up the works, it won't progress past it. So Hey, still cooking. Could I put down a fridge? Not without taking over the base. And in order for me to take over this base, the core, I want to say the core is in the middle of this. So I'd end up destroying a large portion of the base in order to put a core into it. But what you can do is you can put your own base down and do that, but we don't want to do that because that's no fun. Well, that and the fact that I hate getting raided by the drones, so... Because if you put your own base down once it's powered on, once you put the reactor in, whether it's got power or not, you'll start getting hostile drone attacks. And if you're trying to minimize the amount of ammo that you're crafting, you end up in a bad situation. You basically, a lot of your early game resources go to defending your base. So, Little Nightmare, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we've got a bunch of resource now. Let's see what we have component-wise. So we can now make pretty much everything that we need it to build a base. Alright, so like I said, I was tempted to do an HV. I really am. But the Omicron spawn this time is so bad, we wouldn't be able to use it as often as I'd like. You got the week off. Awesome! Congrats! Very cool. Alright, so what do you guys think? What's everyone think? Should I go ahead and do the hover vessel, or should I skip the hover vessel and go straight to the small vessel? Small vessel means it's going to take us longer because we have to make level 5, I think it is, to get the thrusters. No, level 7 to get thrusters. For the hover vessel, we've already got things unlocked, and we could basically just start building this thing right now. Windows messed up your keyboard. That's why you don't do Windows. SV? Hover vessel. Oh, we got a group of people watching. Let's see what you say. We got a split here between the SV and HV. Oh. So the main difference between them is that the hover vessel basically is going to stay on the planet. The small vessel can leave the planet. Never had any problems? I think you are one of the fortunate few, Little Nightmare. Yeah, so that's my argument still cooking. Is that we ended up with a really rough spawn. There's only a couple of areas like over here and over here where it's really smooth enough to use an HV effectively. But even in this smooth area, I mean, the texture is really rough this time. But, I mean, I've used it in worse locations, and the new HV system is better. So, maybe... How close are we to... How close are we? We're just now into level 4. CV straight on. I am not using capital vessel on a planet, man. Oh, that is just asking for, yeah, you're just asking for ridiculous amounts of trouble at that point. Not worth the heartache. So for those who don't know, the different vehicle types, you have the hover vessel, which is the ground base, uses the least amount of energy on a planet. SVs are the hybrid. They basically can be used in planet or in space. They consume a little bit more power on planets, but less power in space. And then you have CVs, which are the capital vessels, which will use the most power on planets or in space. But in exchange for that, you also end up with a larger ship with more functionality. See how much better? Cowardice has nothing to do with it. Frustration level has everything to do with it. The fact that those drones ended up spawning under the base is absolutely hilarious. Oh, hi, how you doing? Alright. Let's go ahead and drop this stuff off. We're going to drop off the rest of that. Alright. Okay, so. There's those markers. So we're going to remove that marker. We're going to remove that marker. And since we're down here, we can remove that marker because we know that's the map boundary because you can see the seam in the planet. Has nothing to do with cowardice, Sharky. Like I said, it has everything to do with frustration level. You know that. Alright, so we are heading to that way? No. We're gonna head that way. Alright, just to make sure. Yes, that is the way we're heading. Okay. Alright, so let's go hit the admin building. We'll go up to space, hit the space station, sell off a bunch, all of these modules that we're not using. You hate pandas? No worries, little nightmare. No offense. It's fine. You must really hate zombie pandas then. Yeah, but see that with all the terrain that's like this, HVs would just be really, really frustrating. It's like, I'll make one if everybody wants to see it. That's one thing I would actually like to see them bring over from Space Engineers into Empyrion, is the ability to have your ships not just, you know, land and dock with your stations, but actually be able to offload cargo directly into the station. So you could fill up your cargo container, have some kind of transfer system that allows you to take things straight out of your cargo without actually having to manually do it. Alright, so we can pick all this up, because this is all going back with us at some point. Oh, that was lucky. Okay. All right. We'll let that run. SV? Okay. Yeah, like I said, oh, went right past where I was going. Like I said, I'll do an HV, but not like we're not going to be demonetized anyway, right? Yeah, I'm swearing. Oh, okay. Now, was it you that was buying these things for ridiculous amounts of money? Okay, so they're buying things for, you know, not too bad. About 5 to 6K. Which one of you guys is the one that was buying things for ridiculous prices? So you look like you're buying things at the higher end. Out my way. Alright. You're not the one I was looking for either. Okay. Maybe it's in the tech room. Yeah. That is, I think, probably one of the worst aspects of Empyrion is all of the inventory management stuff. So where was that guy? Was it in the bar? Or did they reset their prices again? So his multi-boost is 8K. $56. Okay, so does anybody remember where we found that guy who was buying things for ridiculous amounts of money? I could swear it was him. Oh yeah, it was. He respawned his table. How many of those do I have? I've got one of those. I'll sell that. How many of those we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna keep one of those. Armor boosts I never keep, but we don't need. He doesn't want those. EVA boosts. I'll usually actually keep these because you need 1 or 2 of them depending on the armor type. Jetpack boost. Let's see. So we're gonna sell that. Oxygen tank boost. We're gonna sell 2 of those. Is he wanting? So he doesn't want. No one wants mobility boost. Oh no, he does want mobility boost. Okay. Okay, so we now have 58,000 credits, right? I could buy a multi-tool tier 2, which I may actually do. Drill tier 2. Oh, let's see here. All right, so 4,700 there. Let's check the store, see if he's got anything. He's selling drill charges for more. So 1,600 for the ore scanner. Alright, so we're going to buy the ore scanner from him. I don't want to have to make it. Now you can actually craft these. They're really easy to make, actually. But I don't want to spend the points to unlock the... Let's see. So let's go ahead and buy the tier 2 drill. We've got a bunch of drill charges, so I'm not going to worry too much about those right now. He's 17. How much was the other one selling them for? Ah. I know, Shopping Simulator 2018, right? Oh, he's actually selling them for 12. Did I misread that? Was that a multi-charge? Come on. Artificial gravity. No, so he is selling them for the least right now. 12 is the cheapest we've seen the drill charges. We'll buy that. And all right. So we're going to pick up 2 multi-charges just because. Or 2 drill charge. Oh, not from you. I'm cheap, damn it. Alright, we want to drill charges. We're going to buy 2 of them just to have them. So we can now replace that with that. And we are going to sell our old drill. Are you buying regular multi-tools? You are buying regular multi-tools, so we're going to sell that. Okay. So, we are actually kitted out now. This is good. Actually, do you have a rifle by chance? He has the regular rifle. Do we want the regular rifle or do we want the tier 2 rifle? I think we want the tier 2 rifle. Because I can make the regular assault rifle. What do you have? You've got nothing. Alright. Coffee didn't defrost properly. Well, you know, if it's iced coffee. Alright, let's head back down to the planet. I'm done shopping. We've got money, we're not worried about it. Alright, let's see what you've got. Alright. That's funny. So basically the nitrocellulose you get from trees. It's instead of the plant fiber, you get this stuff now. Alright, so how close are we? Did we? Okay, so first things first. We're gonna unlock this. So at level 5, we're gonna unlock that. Now that we have the assault rifle, we can actually make this and the bullets, so we don't have to buy any of that. We said we're gonna go SV. So if we're gonna do SV, let's go ahead and grab that, that, that. 5 and 7. So now we have a rifle. We can actually do some hunting. That is one thing. If we built the HV, we could just go out and do a bunch of hunting very quickly off the top. But that's okay. We're not going to worry too much about it. So you are the mining hub. We'll set that there. And we're going to say that that is our home base for now. Remove this one. And I think that's going to about do it for us today, because now it's just basically running back and forth, getting things sorted. So I'm going to step in here for a second, take this off. Want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. So like I said, this Thursday we will not be doing a live stream on YouTube, but starting next week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. US Pacific time. We'll probably run the Empyrion for the time being. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you come back. Also, feel free to subscribe, like, share with your friends and family, or the people that you just want to rickroll. Either way, it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fabulous day. Have a terrific week. And we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.